Donnie's decided, he's done it, knock down the east wing of the White House, the ladies' wing, the visitors' wing, the place that the American people, when the White House is open, are allowed to visit. Pretty much been curated by all the first ladies, probably since Roosevelt, probably since before that. Terrible. And you know all this had to be planned, right? Like, Leavitt lied straight to the press pool, Trump lied straight to the reporters. You know, oh, the existing structure won't be touched. They literally destroyed the whole wing. The whole wing, you don't just show up to a job and be like, oh, this isn't gonna work, we're gonna have to take down this whole section of the building in order for this thing to get built. No, you plan that. You can't get construction equipment in a matter of hours. It takes weeks, right? You don't have just all this construction equipment sitting around. It's doing work. It's doing other buildings. So you need to reserve the time that you need that stuff. Right? The general contractor, they had to come up with a plan on how to do this, how to get the materials there, all the logistics involved. Doesn't happen overnight. Doesn't happen in a vacuum. You know, this is him shitting on us, right? We have to pay for this building to get built, to get destroyed and then get rebuilt. For what reason? Why? Why? So that he can have a ballroom? You know, and then, okay, they argue, oh, well, you're not paying for it. Trump and IBM and Amazon and Microsoft and Meta and a couple other Fortune 500 companies are paying for it. Well, that makes it blatantly illegal. It's the people's building. The people have to pay for it. People determine what we pay for through Congress. Congress is shut down. Think Congress is ever going to come back into session? Do we really think that? Why? Trump doesn't need Congress. What does Trump need Congress for? He's doing whatever he wants. There are no rules. There are no laws. At least in regards to him. For those of you on food stamps or food assistance, it's about to get really hard. I hope that you are friends with a couple of other people. I'm going to share a story that was shared with me while I was in the military. So, at the time, the guy who told me this story was an E6, so senior enlisted, first class, petty officer. Next step would be to become a chief. He was a 20-year, so he wasn't. He was at the end of his service. He said that when he was a junior sailor, that what they would do is every Sunday they would have a family breakfast. But when I say family breakfast, I don't mean him and his family. I mean the other junior sailors would all get together and pitch in for breakfast for everybody's families. If that meant that the sailors weren't eating, that meant that the sailors weren't eating. So that everybody's kids could eat a good meal at least once a week. That's what it took. It took the community. You know, whatever community you have. And if you don't have a community right now, I highly encourage you to get out there and find some people who are in the same situation as you, so you can work together as a collective, socially, to better your situation. You know, we live in a capitalist society, they say.